Just under 6 minutes. We're past the halfway mark of the second. LeBron strong! Count it! To the line, he'll go.
A few moments later.
Now LeBron, he's going to go right to the rim. Can't score! Which means they've got time to come back the other way. The lob.
The Los Angeles Lakers just got demolished by the Portland Trail Blazers, one of the worst teams in the NBA. And LeBron James is directly responsible for turning this season into a complete disaster. The Lakers are 1-5 over their last 6 games, losing to teams they should destroy. And the common denominator in every blowout loss is the 40-year-old who refuses to accept reality. This is bad.
The Lakers are better without LeBron James.
Oh,
Take
God.
it or shake it.
Oh, jeez. Jay, just can we shake this?
Shake this.
Shake that.
Do you think LeBron James has officially destroyed the Lakers season? Or is this still salvageable if they make changes right now? Be brutally honest in the comments. The Los Angeles Lakers got absolutely destroyed by the Portland Trail Blazers last night, and we need to talk about how LeBron James has single-handedly ruined what should have been a competitive season. This wasn't a close loss. This wasn't a tough road game where things didn't go their way. This was a beatdown so severe that Bronny James was in the game before halftime. Let me repeat that. Bronny James, who is not an NBA-level player by any objective measure, was getting minutes in the first half of a competitive game because the Lakers were waving the white flag that early. When your tanking move happens before halftime against the Portland Trail Blazers, you've got serious problems.
So that when you think about a team that kind of has to be whole so you can really learn how to play together both ends of the courts, and obviously it hasn't been the chance to have that yet this season, but how much of a concern is it, and how do you try to keep making progress despite it?
You go out with the unit that's available, try to execute offensively and defensively as well as you can, and that's all you can ask for.
The Lakers lost to a team that's actively trying to lose games for draft positioning. The Trailblazers are part of the farming system of the NBA, the developmental league where young players get experience while their teams collect lottery picks. And they beat the Lakers by double digits, easily, comfortably.
Anything tonight stand out to you on either end?
I thought offensively we were pretty good. I thought defensively we had some keys that we wanted to do. We wanted to, press up on them, but also keep guys in front of us, make them shoot contested twos, make them shoot contested threes off the dribble, and they nailed a lot of them. I thought the whistle was very short in the first quarter. I think it was like maybe 17, 18, 20 free throws in the first quarter.
22 for them.
Yeah, it's hard to set your defense, with that type of situation.
But here's what really happened last night that Lakers fans need to understand. Drew Timme, a player most people forgot was even on the Lakers roster, came out and dropped a career-high 21 points. He looked like the discount version of Domantas Sabonis out there. He was rebounding, scoring efficiently, playing solid defense, and making LeBron look 40 years old. LeBron got outplayed by Drew Timme. Let that sink in. The supposed king of basketball, the guy who's demanding all-star spots and MVP consideration, got cooked by a two-way contract player who hasn't seen meaningful minutes all season.
The Lakers are and will be a better basketball team without LeBron James.
And the media tried to protect him, just like they always do. Look at the ESPN box score after the game. Every other player has their field goal percentage and three-point percentage displayed. But LeBron? Just points, rebounds, and assists. No shooting percentages shown.
Anyway, recently, ESPN absolutely embarrassed themselves by doing a segment. And I believe Iman Shumpert was there. He's one of the new acquisitions to join the network, where they were talking about LeBron's daily routine, man. And he was like, wow, man, this guy drinks water? He sleeps? Wow. Does he use a hyperbolic chamber? He eats carrots. What kind of carrots does he eat? Chicken. But it was just like, don't you people have anything else better to talk about? So they did all that. They were fawning over him. And ESPN, by and large, is the LeBron James network.
Why? Because LeBron went 3 for 12 in the first half. He was out there building brick houses, working on his construction skills instead of his basketball game. He finished the game with a -16 plus-minus, the second worst on the entire Lakers roster behind Max Christie. Every half LeBron played, the Lakers were -8 with him on the court. That means the team was literally better when he sat down. But nobody wants to talk about that because it destroys the narrative that LeBron is still playing at an elite level. The Lakers are now 1-5 over their last 6 games, and all of these losses except the Bucks game have been blowouts. Not close games that came down to the final possession, blowouts. The kind of losses that remind you of childhood punishments where your grandmother made you go pick your own switch. These teams aren't just beating the Lakers, they're embarrassing them. They're making LeBron choose his weapon for the beating he's about to receive. Marcus Smart was the leading scorer for Portland. When Marcus Smart is your leading scorer, you already know it's a demolition. Marcus Smart is a great defender and decent player, but he's not supposed to be dropping 20+ and leading his team in scoring against a playoff contender. But the Lakers aren't a playoff contender anymore. They're a dysfunctional mess held together by nostalgia and delusion, and LeBron James is the primary reason why. Let's talk about the roster situation because this is where things get truly insane. LeBron has his son Bronny on a guaranteed contract making significant money. And somehow, Bronny still played more minutes than Dalton Connect, who's actually shown he can contribute when given opportunities. Make that make sense. You can't. This is pure nepotism destroying a franchise. You have 2 roster spots being occupied by players who don't deserve to be in the NBA, LeBron at this stage of his career, and his son who was never NBA ready, making a combined $54 million. That's $54 million in salary cap space that could have gone toward actual contributors. When JJ Redick was asked after the game where Drew Timme has been and whether he can help the Lakers moving forward, LeBron took a passive-aggressive shot at his own coach. LeBron basically said, well, we'd have to continue playing him for it to matter. That's sick behavior. You hired JJ Redick to coach this team. He's trying to do you a favor by not playing your unqualified son more minutes. And when another player proves he deserves opportunities, you take shots at the coach for not playing him earlier? The audacity is breathtaking. LeBron has created an environment where his son is untouchable, despite being objectively terrible, where coaches can't make basketball decisions without political considerations, and where the team's success takes a backseat to LeBron's personal legacy projects. And speaking of his son, there are players on the Lakers' G League affiliate who desperately need opportunities and would contribute more than Bronny. But they can't get called up because Bronny is taking that roster spot based purely on his last name. It's embarrassing for Bronny, honestly. He's being set up to fail publicly because his father refuses to let him develop properly in the G League where he belongs. But let's get to the most damning evidence that LeBron is destroying this team: the on-off splits for Luka Doncic. With 697 minutes on the court without LeBron this season, Luka Doncic is averaging nearly 40 points per 100 possessions. His rebounds increase significantly because LeBron isn't clogging the paint and hunting for assists. His true shooting percentage goes up, and most importantly, his box plus-minus improves by 5 full points when LeBron is off the court. Read that again. The Lakers are statistically better when LeBron James is sitting on the bench. That's not opinion. That's not narrative. That's objective mathematical reality based on the numbers. The team plays better basketball when their supposed best player isn't on the court. But Lakers fans and LeBron stans will ignore this data because it doesn't fit what they want to believe. They'll point to LeBron leading the league in fast break points and act like that means he's still elite. Of course he leads in fast break points. He's cherry-picking constantly. There are literal compilation videos online of LeBron nowhere near the defensive action, already standing at half court waiting for an outlet pass so he can run down and dunk with nobody defending him. That's not elite basketball. That's stat padding. That's prioritizing individual numbers over team success. The Lakers are losing to terrible teams because LeBron is 40 years old and can't keep up anymore. He's a liability on defense. He's inefficient on offense. He's taking up massive cap space that could go to players who actually help the team win. And the organization is too scared to do anything about it because LeBron still has enough power and influence to destroy careers if he wants to. So they just keep enabling this dysfunction and pretending everything is fine while the season circles the drain. Look at who the Lakers have been losing to. Teams that should be tanking, teams fighting for lottery position, teams that have no business competing with a roster featuring Luka Doncic and supposedly LeBron James. The Portland Trail Blazers had 3 players going off like they were playing on double XP. Scoot Henderson, Jeremy Grant, and rookie Caleb Love all cooked the Lakers. When rookies and young players on tanking teams are having career nights against you, that's a problem with your defense and your effort level. And whose job is it to set the defensive tone and lead by example? LeBron James. But he's too busy conserving energy for his cherry-pick fast breaks to actually play defense or hustle back in transition. The Lakers are currently struggling to stay in playoff position in the Western Conference. They should be comfortably in the top 6 given their talent level with Luka Doncic. Instead, they're fighting just to avoid the play-in tournament because LeBron is sabotaging them. Every night there's a new excuse. He's load managing. His ankle is sore. He's preserving himself for the playoffs. Meanwhile, the team keeps losing winnable games because their highest-paid player can't be relied on to show up consistently. And let's address the All-Star situation, because this is infuriating. LeBron James should not be anywhere near the All-Star game this season based on performance. His counting stats look okay if you squint and ignore efficiency and defense, but he's not playing at an All-Star level. But we all know he's going to make the team anyway because of name recognition and fan voting. The media will find a way to justify it. They'll talk about his longevity and his legacy and how it's amazing he's still playing at 40. They'll ignore that he's actively hurting his team's chances of winning. The most frustrating part is that this is all preventable. If LeBron accepted a reduced role, came off the bench, played 20 to 25 minutes per game in situations where his skills could actually help, the Lakers would be better. Luka Doncic could be the clear #1 option. Young players could develop. The team could build an identity around speed and defense instead of catering to a 40-year-old's limitations. But that will never happen because LeBron's ego won't allow it. He needs to be the focal point. He needs to be in consideration for awards. He needs to pad stats and maintain his brand. And Lakers fans are suffering because of it. This should be Luka Doncic's team. He's in his prime. He's one of the most talented big men in the league. But instead of building around him properly, the Lakers are trapped in this nightmare where they can't move forward because LeBron won't let go. The really scary thing is, there are still 3 months left of this season. 3 more months of watching LeBron and Bronny take up roster spots and cap space while the team loses to tanking franchises. 3 more months of passive-aggressive comments toward coaches and teammates. 3 more months of the media pretending everything is fine while the evidence of decline is obvious to anyone watching objectively. And Lakers fans just have to endure it because the organization sold its soul for championships in 2020 and now has to deal with the consequences. So there you have it. LeBron James has officially destroyed the Lakers season through terrible play, nepotism with Bronny, and an ego that won't accept a reduced role. If you want more honest breakdowns of Lakers dysfunction and NBA reality without the sugarcoating, smash that like button and subscribe. Is this Lakers season salvageable, or should they just tank and rebuild around Luka Doncic?